I really want you to take some time now to think about your personal why. Like why do you pursue a career in sales, right? I gave you some moments in my life, you know, there were stories of like role models, the girl I like's dad. There was other people that I didn't want to be like, you know, I didn't want to be like my parents. That was like a motivator for me. Like what is a deep why? And don't just the surface level. So the first thing that's going to happen in your mind is you're going to go, I remember that person that said this to me, or I saw that. Okay, that's the first part. But then I want you to kind of go a layer different and go, well, why did that matter? Or what did that trigger in me? Or how did I feel like in that historical moment? And you might have to go quite back in your mind. So it's important, I'm talking you through it in your mind now. You might have to go to when you were 15. It might have been when you were 10. It might be something you saw in the family home when you were 5. Like something in you right now that you may not have considered for some time. Maybe it's never even occurred to you. You know, that your grandma made you work before you had dinner. Like, I don't know what it was. Like, but there is something that is just like, yeah, do you know what? At some point I realized that I wanted to pursue something that money was going to be important and that I needed to earn a certain amount because I didn't want to feel like that, or I didn't want to feel like that person. Yeah?
Can it be multiple things?
Of course.
I have a long list?
Yeah. Of course it can, yeah. Like, just get it down out of your head. And scribble your thoughts and ask any questions. Again, if it's not easy, like, you know, this is an exercise that you've got to work on. Yeah, so kind of, you know, look at it, the things that you're writing down, and you're like probably going, oh yeah, maybe it was that. And then like question it and go like, why did that matter? Or why did that bother me? That's probably it. Or why did that rub me up the wrong way? Or why did I feel like that? Or, you know, why wasn't that helpful at the time? You know, and some of the things sometimes, because sometimes we don't, you know, go this deep or reflect, you know, there might be some resistance. You'd be like, oh, I don't want to go there. So, you know, so feel that, be mindful of that, but that's okay. Like, you don't have to spend too much time there, but like, you know, I do want you to think about what could be your why. So we're not going to ask everyone to share, but is there someone that would maybe willing to share something, you know, a line or a story? You okay?
Yeah, it's really weird doing it because like I kind of forgot. Like I grew up in the West Country, so I grew up in Devon. I grew up in like a farm in nowhere, and like my parents are kind of like really fucking broke, but I had a house, so we had like a house, we had a little bit of land, and like I remember I was like, this is the most extreme example. I remember I was like 7 years old, and like there's farms everywhere, and we'd keep animals, we'd try and rear them, we would eat, like we ate everything, we'd grow, like we ate maybe 80% of what we grow on the land, kind of thing. And a turnip lorry went past. I remember going up with my mum to pick up turnips and falling off a lorry in the street to like feed pigs. And I was like, I just remember thinking about that. I was like, I don't want to have to be this like fearful about money. That kind of fear of being like, there's always, you know, we didn't really go on holidays much, well, at all really. It was always like, you know, going camping or anything. There's this constant fear of being like, can we afford to do that? And I just was like, I don't want to live in that world. And like, you know, I'm lucky I've got an older sibling, so I was able to like move to London and like had like 2 shirts to my name, like fought the whole way through. And for me, that's the motivator. And it was a story said in the car as well. It's like with my mates at home, they're lovely people, and they're, you know, the best people, but they're just like, they're happy with, you know, as comes to 25, 20k, they're fine with it. And it's that financial freedom for me is the game changer, because then you can share the love, like, and my interest in wine, share that with people. But I'm not going to go back to a world where I have to go. The turnips on the street. I remember coming back to school when I was 11. There was a piglet on the street, and my mum made me get out of the car and chase the pig and then try and put it in the back of the car. Like I'm not exactly. I generally chased a pig, and I was
sorry.
Like yeah, I was like 11 years old. I was like, this is bonkers. It's like having to battle that hard all the time. I just like is insane.
Thank you for sharing. Well done.
I have similar story.
Go on.
About
Well
this.
done.
Yeah. I hate this.
I don't know, maybe you know from story that USSR was ruined, yes, and 90s in post, you know, like after countries with 15 countries was like extremely difficult, and I was born in 1993. That's why it was like a beginning of this rebuilding of life, you know, like and rebuilding of money, you know, like because someone had thousands and it started to be nothing because of
Inflation.
Inflation, yes. And yes, my father was like a manager of sunflower oil producing farm, but it was collective one. And my mom was accountant, and they can receive a salary in blocks or in something like you can use, you can eat.
So you didn't get it in cash?
No, no cash. It was time, but it was no cash.
Wow.
It was blocks for building something, but what you will build if you
Wow.
have 4 children, yeah. But no, it was not too bad. We started to have like small farm, and for example, to buy our first washing machine in 90s was price was like 11 big pigs, like 100 kilo, and it was one washing machine. We needed because my mom had a problem with her neck, and she can't cover. I had 3 brothers. They start to be student in the same time because I have a gap with brothers like 10, 14, and 16 years, and I was the smallest. And I know, like I have habit now, like. I want to choose something, and I can't sometimes, you know, like because when I was small, it was dress of my cousin or you know like something else, and sorry for story, but
No, it's
a real my beginning of life, my childhood, and as I have 3 eldest brothers, same were students, and they had needs, you know, like and parents tried to cover it. And I studied very good. I had my like best level in school, best level in my uni. You know, like I finished my master degree. I built my career inside business communities in Ukraine. But one more reason, war ruined my business development in Ukraine. And I had an idea to be an international level. You know, like and to organize international conferences and to build some partnership. And I understood that war started to be a catalyst to again restart my life, you know, like restart my steps, you know, like and just to try from the beginning, from scratch, you know, like even as I'm 30 in 2 months,
Yeah.
but yeah, I'm in the beginning. That's why my why is to have freedom, you know, like to cover my needs and to travel a lot. And as I liked geography when I was a pupil, I planned to be a teacher of geography. But later I understood that no, I will better be a sales manager because it's more money than teacher.
Yeah.
That's why this is my reason. But I still want to travel, and if I have 12 trips for conferences, I'm super amazed because this is a way to see more people and to open a new city, new country, and this is my motivation.
Brilliant. Thank you for sharing. Well done. One more share. One more person. Do you feel comfortable? Do you want to share?
Yeah, I'm
Go on.
happy to share. I mean, there's so many whys, as I'm sure everybody else has. Had some hardships in my life as well. You know, like I've been homeless before.
Wow.
Fascinating, but I'm just grateful for those opportunities because when I do reach 100K Cup, how much sweeter is it going to be? But the main why, like if I was to summarize everything, like winning is everything to me. You know, to be in that position where, you know, you can say, yes, I've done it. That dream I had is achieved. You know, there's nothing sweeter that I can imagine. So I'm full steam ahead, you know, trying to get to that point.
Good for you. Thank you very much. Cool. So as you can hear, you know, these are powerful stories, right? And like stories of what transcended and then what's past information through thousands and thousands of years. And all those stories that you've got also can be altered. That's the other thing. Like how you interpret the experience and how you interpret the story informs how you go into the future. So, you know, there are very unfortunate situation, you know, you're escaping a war, a country at war, there are some people that will probably react and they're down and out. You know, it's a complete blockers. There are others that will pursue other opportunities and get out and respond, and you have to react, and it is survival. Like, there's different levels to this, all of this, but we're not going to have time to do it today, but just as a, you know, as you digest this over the coming weeks, prioritize those whys. You know, so an action would be to prioritize those whys, and then, you know, remind yourself like why you're doing what you're doing as you go forward.